Hello and welcome to my review of Grinkrak's Looncourt for Gnarlwood, Warhammer Underworlds, and also for Gloomspite Gitz for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. This warband expansion for Underworlds Gnarlwood contains 7 minis and 40 cards you can't find anywhere else, apparently. It will cost you £26, which is about right for a warband for Warhammer Underworlds. We've had a number of warbands over the past few years, including Harrowdeep, Nethermaze and Gnarlwood. Typically you can use these warbands in your Age of Sigmar armies, and sometimes they're even included in their battle tomes. And I'm overcome with a sneaky snuffler suspicion that this little Grinkrak's Looncourt will also be in the upcoming 3rd edition Gloomspite Gitz battle tome. So the format of this video, we'll have a look at these miniatures up close, give you all the detail. Then I'll go through some size comparisons, because there are no spare parts. This is an easy to build, what you see is what you get, or WYSIWYG kit. And there may be a special guest appearance from my bay in that size comparison section. And finally we'll go through all of their rules. They do have Age of Sigmar rules. You just type in Looncourt rules into Warhammer Community and the rules are there, updated 9th of December. Press download and you've got them. They're going to look a little bit like that, and I think all of the rules should be in this sort of digital format for free when you buy your miniatures, all of your miniatures. People will still buy the books. So let's have a look at these miniatures a little bit closer. It all kicks off with Grinkrak the Great himself right here. So fantastic looking mini. He's armed with this moon slicer. What a cool name for a weapon. He definitely has a few Loon King aesthetic features to him. Essentially, Gloomspite seems to be, the pointier they get, the more kind of mean and evil they look. Pointy shoes, pointy hats, pointy helmets, pointy stabby weapons. But yeah, Grinkrak, pretty nice. I would have liked to have seen a few more things going on, but you know, that's him. He's also has his Looncourt themselves. And each of them have kind of unique sounding weapons. You've got everything from this member of the Looncourt, which has a Squig. You know, he's just arching his back. His comrade is taking cover behind this sort of makeshift shield, which is actually just like a gate that he's nicked. It's got a moon on it though. I don't know whether he's put that on himself. There's a little lizard on there. And his comrade is just about to launch this Squig at someone, which is pretty cool. Very vicious looking Squig that. So that's the Squig. You've also got a wonky lance, which is this. It's kind of what they've done is they've just put a mallet on the end of a lance. I don't know about that. I'm getting kind of polo sort of vibes from this. Quite a chunky Squig that he's on. He even got one of these pointy knight helmets too. Then you've got a Squig spear. It's pretty much just a Squig on the end of a stick, and they've called it a weapon. But he's in full run luck. He's got both feet off the ground, and he's launching this Squig at arm's length, fully armoured as well. I don't know whether their saves reflect that. Their saves are only 5+. Then you've got jaggedy blades. I'm guessing this is a jaggedy blade. I'm guessing this is a jaggedy blade. So these two are part of the Looncourt as well. This face is a bit strange, but I like their kind of moon shields. They're pretty good. Yeah, if you've got any fanatics and things, you know, they're going to go very well. And the upcoming Nobbler miniature. You've also got this kind of fungus blowpipe, like mushroom type thing. He's giving it a good old blow there. His cheeks are nice and puffy. Kind Good old puffy cheeks. And yeah, got mushrooms growing all over the place. That's a good point to make. There are mushrooms growing all over their bases and things for these. So that's the Looncourt. Allow me to give you some size comparisons. So firstly, just with you know, an actual Gitz and a Squig, a squiggly beast. Similar sort of size. I mean, I'd say the older ones are a bit smaller. These fanatic size Gitz are, I'd probably say, bigger. They're only a little bit bigger, so there's those. The Squig is obviously, this is like a bouncer Squig or whatnot. Bit smaller than this one that he's riding. And then we'll move up the, I say, food chain a little bit more. And we've got the Loon King. Very similar height, these two. Grinkrak is just standing on a mushroom though. And the Loon King does have these like squigs keeping his cloak up. And the Loon King does have the much more ornate sort of scythe staff. Still got like this rod of office with a skull. Is it a human skull? I don't know. But yeah, so that's the Loon King. We've got a Troggoth right here. Troggoth obviously dwarfs all of these, you know, much bigger. Then we've got a Ragnarok. I think it's an Ragnarok spider. It's a huge spider, look. Absolutely huge. So yeah, that's where the big spider sort of measures up with all them. And the final comparison is of course with my bay. I'm not gonna not do any Git reviews and size comparisons without her. Here she is, this lovely, gorgeous girl. Wow, she's just, yeah. She is, yeah, huge compared to these Gits. But I'm sure they'll all offer their support. But yeah, big size difference there with a Troggoth hag. While we have some of the newer miniatures nearby, I might as well give you a comparison with some Slaves to Darkness. This is brand new to the channel, about to release their reviews, so they'll be coming extremely soon before the full release. You know, I obviously have the battle tome and things. So this is a Chosen, absolutely huge. Gives you an idea of just how big the Chosen are. They are massive, even compared to normal Chaos Warriors. They're huge. Here is one of the Theridons, Myrmidons, whatever they're called. Big as well. And then we've got the Demon Prince, which I made in a live stream one time. So yeah, gives you an idea, you know, of how small these Gits are. And we'll just give you some comparisons with some of the 40k miniatures. So I've got Primaris, I have Slimarbo, and a normal Space Marine. So if you're familiar with Space Marines, Space Marines are a fair bit bigger, and Primaris are, yeah, way taller. So if you're after like a small kind of army, there you go, there's Slimarbo. Slimarbo is taller as well. So yeah, so the takeaway is, if you're after a small Age of Sigmar army, well, it doesn't have to be small. You can have a load of hags and spiders and things in it, and mangler squigs, but the majority of the force are going to be much smaller units. So if you're after that, for Age of Sigmar, this is one of the armies where the main units are some of the smallest in the game. It's like having an army of Gretchen, really, which is why I love it. Okay, so we've reached the point in my video where I will go through all of the rules for Grinkrak the Great and his Looncourt. As I mentioned, you can pick up the rules from Games Workshop's Warhammer community website by typing in Looncourt rules. Firstly, points cost. For these 7, they will cost you 190 points. Battlefield role is leader, and they're single, unique. They must be taken as a set, although taken as a set, each is a separate unit. So there's 2. They've separated them between Grinkrak the Great and Grinkrak's Looncourt. So Grinkrak the Great, his stats are as follows. It's a movement of 5 inches, save of 4+, bravery 5 and 6 wounds. Pretty good. Melee weapons, he's armed with the Moon Slicer, which is a 2-inch range weapon. 5 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, rend -1, damage D3. That's alright. It's not too bad. Nice that he's getting 5 attacks though. Abilities. Dead Trixie. This unit has a ward of a 6+. That's fantastic. And then I dub thee. At the start of your combat phase, you can pick one other friendly Moon Clan unit within 3 inches of this unit to be dubbed. If you do so, until the end of that phase, if any models in that unit are slain, those models can fight before they are removed from play. It's pretty nice. Keywords: Destruction, Gloomspite, Gitz, Grot, Moon Clan, Hero, Grinkrak. And then here's Looncourt. They all 6 of them share the same stat line, which is a movement of 5 inches, save of 5+, bravery 5 and 2 wounds. Guessing it's 2 wounds each. So they're armed with a number of weapons. Missile weapons, so the range weapons is the Squig Pulse. It's a 16-inch range, 1 attack, 4+ to hit, 3+ to wound though, rend -1 and damage D3 +2, so potentially damage 5. So that's very nice, a nice 16-inch range. Melee weapons, so you've got the Wonky Lance. Which is a range of 2-inch, 3 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, nothing for rend, damage D3. Squig Spear, it's a 2-inch range, 3 attacks, 4+ to hit, 3+ to wound, rend -1, damage 1, and then the Jaggedy Blade, it's a range of 1 inch, 2 attacks, 4+ to hit, 4+ to wound, nothing to rend, and a damage of 1. So the abilities then. Looncourt's Quest. After this unit has been set up on the battlefield for the first time, you can pick one objective or one terrain feature in enemy territory to be the objective of this unit's quest. If you gain control of that objective or terrain feature while this unit is contesting it, this unit completes its quest. Once the quest is complete, for the rest of the battle, this unit has a ward of 4+. That's pretty nice. So they get the little quest and then they get their 4+ ward save. Grinkrak's Toadies. This is interesting. Before you allocate a wound or mortal wound to a friendly Grinkrak, or instead of making a ward roll for a wound or mortal wound that would be allocated to a friendly Grinkrak, if this unit is within 3 inches of that friendly Grinkrak, you can roll a dice. On a 1 to 2, that wound or mortal wound is allocated to that Grinkrak model as normal. On a 3+, that wound or mortal wound is allocated to this unit instead. So that's fair enough. You know, you've got way better than a 50-50 chance of those wounds or mortal wounds going on the other 6 of the Looncourt rather than Grinkrak himself. So that just adds to the survivability of him, which is quite nice. Keywords: Destruction, Gloomspite, Gitz, Grot, Moon Clan, Grinkrak's Looncourt. So there you go. That's my full review of Grinkrak's Looncourt for Warhammer Underworlds, Gnarlwood, and also for Gloomspite Gitz. It's been a while since I've done any reviews for Gloomspite Gitz. When their 3rd edition Battle Tome is released, I will be picking that up along with a couple of the new miniatures, along with the new miniatures that they've decided to read. I think they've got the Wolf Riders or something coming out. It'd be nice if they got the Spider Riders though, as a bit of a refresh. We can hope, can't we? And what I will do is I'll take that opportunity to then review all of the Gloomspite Gitz that I picked up 2 years ago. It's been a couple of years since I got them. So in a way, I'm glad I'm holding off making those reviews, because you'll get them in with their brand new 3rd edition rules. What do you guys think of Grinkrak's Looncourt? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Loon King protects.